Good afternoon, Shreshtha.
Good afternoon, Devansh. Hope you are doing great.
Yeah, how are you?
Great here.
So, guys, we are about to start now. Hello, everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you. Hope you all are doing well. Myself, Devan Sharma, member of the organizing team of HackBMU 5.0, and your virtual host for today's session. On behalf of HackBMU organizing team, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you to the next pre-hackathon speaker session at HackBMU edition 5.0. This year again, by going virtual and utilizing the power of technology and communication, we are hosting a series of workshops and tech talks throughout the months of December, January, and February, elevating the level of a hackathon that has a legacy of providing a welcoming and supportive environment for all the participants to develop their skills. Participants at HackBMU will be able to learn more about new technologies, technical communities, and other topics as a result of these workshops. To know more about us, visit at www.hackbmu.tech. Without further ado, let's get started. Success is commanded by those who don't let their challenges outperform them. You have to keep that fire of determination and perseverance burning red hot no matter how hard your challenges work to dampen it. And yes, that's not easy. That's not supposed to be easy. To help you outperform our challenges, we have with us our esteemed speaker, Srishta Mittal. Srishta is a performance coach and motivation speaker who majorly talks about mindset, well being, confidence, resilience, and performance. She is an ICF certified coach and has partnered with 75 clients across 18 different countries so far. She is a recipient of Mind Over Body Award 2021 by Inspire Beyond Motherhood. As a speaker, she has been able to touch over 42,000 lives so far through 18 sessions, partnering with Piramel, Wipro, Airtel, and others. She is also a breast cancer activist and associated with multiple cancer care organizations. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started with our session. Srishta, the virtual stage is all yours now.
Thank you, Devansh, for this warm welcome. And I hope everyone is keeping safe and healthy and is very much focused because right now I can't see anyone's face apart from Devansh, and I don't want this to be a blabbering session speaking only to myself. So I would also want to keep the session as interactive as possible, and I want the constant flow and use of the comment section here in the section, wherein when I ask a question or if you have anything to share in, please pour in your comments, your thoughts. I would be looking forward to knowing them. Great, thumbs up. Is that good enough? Awesome. Thank you, Harshit. So thank you, team. So, here is something. We know that the topic today is to outperform your challenges. Let me share a presentation that I have for you. One minute. Can you see the presentation yet? Is it visible?
It's just a blank screen right now. It's not visible as of now.
Okay. Yes. Now, are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, great. First thing first, the topic is outperforming your challenges. Such a heavy topic, first of all. Now, so before we start, what does a challenge mean? Any thoughts? Please unmute yourself and speak. What you say is not going to be right or wrong. It's not going to be evaluated. It's just an addition which will help your peers also learn from you. So please share what, according to you, is a challenge. Of course, it's not a challenging question. I'm not giving you a challenge. Just according to you, what does a challenge mean? I'm sure you have been through multiple of them. Okay. I see that really no one is speaking. Let me share the definition, but I would definitely encourage you to please unmute and say whenever I'm asking you something. Can
A,
you be with me?
a competitive task, I think.
Okay. A competitive task. Any other thoughts?
A task
Something
to prove ourselves.
Okay. Something to prove ourselves. A competitive task wherein probably we'll have to prove ourselves. So now let's go and see what is the Cambridge Dictionary definition. It is something that needs great mental or physical effort in order to be done successfully and therefore test the person's ability. Like you said, to prove ourselves, test the person's ability. Sometimes we ourselves are testing, sometimes others are testing. Anything can be a challenge. And a competitive task, of course, a competitive where sometimes we are competing against ourselves or sometimes other among others. So, important point to note is a challenge will always come with something that will ask you to put a mental or a physical effort. Now, what is the need? Why do we need to outperform our challenges? Any thoughts on that? And it's no rocket science. It's as simple as what you are thinking. Why should we outperform our challenges? What's the need?
it
Please
would give
share.
us like various things to explore new ideas and new thoughts that we are doing out of our comfort zone.
Okay. So if we outperform our challenges, it gives us new ideas, new learning that we are going out of our comfort zone. What else?
I'm
It
like
makes us
already said to
confident
prove
also.
ourselves.
Sorry?
It makes us confident if we outperform our challenges.
Great. It makes us more confident.
to
Okay.
grow in
So
life.
to grow in life, to make us more confident, to grow in life, and to give us more learning opportunities to keep performing at a higher level in our life. Wonderful. So, you all are already one notch ahead. And yes, while the common sense says that yes, since each challenge can have either of the two outcomes, we can either win it or we lose over it. Either the challenge wins over us or we win over it. That is why, and we of course want to be on the winning side. That is why we need to outperform our challenges. As simple as that. Otherwise, we will be at the mercy of our challenges. Our life will be on the mercy of our challenges, right? That is why it is important for us to win. And it is like the two faces of coin. Any challenge, in fact, different challenges that come in life, they always have these two faces. Either it wins over us or we win over it. And we know which side we want to be at. But one another thing that is important is, and I want to highlight here, is that sometimes we feel that this is the only challenge that I'm going to have. And we make that challenge as a life deciding factor, sometimes to such an extent that we forget, we do not focus on really performing because we are busy spending our time on getting anxious about it. We give all our thoughts, all our attention to that one challenge. That is where we need to be mindful, because life is just not one challenge that you are grappling with probably right now at this stage of your life. It is a series of challenges, and life is a series of ups and downs. It's not only downs, it's not only throws, it's not only challenges. It also has ups and stress, and it also has the achievements. And no achievement comes without overcoming a challenge. Look back at everything you have achieved in your life. Before you reach the stage of achievement, it was always a challenge first. So, challenge is an inseparable part if you want to win. And when we win over our challenges, that means it's an opportunity for us to grow, get more confidence, and keep learning and growing in our area. Also, we need to remember this fact that our challenges cannot be only one or two challenges. That if this is over, maybe this was the most challenging thing I did in my life, or something can experience, and I'm sure rest everything is going to be great. So first of all, what we need to change is that mindset, that mentality, that nothing can be a bigger pain than anything that I am going through. Sometimes even for things like that, I am not getting job opportunities the way I should be getting. I am lagging behind as compared to my peers. I get into the comparison zone. Or maybe this hackathon is all that. Of course we must give it our best, but spend your energy and time in learning and growing as one of you focused. That is giving you the higher chances of winning. And don't think that this is the only challenge, because life, like I said, is a series of challenges, and success comes to those who are thrivers, not just survivors of their challenges. So what is a thriver? What is a survivor? Let's look at that. Suppose there is a storm coming. There is a big, huge storm that is coming, and a survivor is someone who would hold on to a branch tightly when the storm is passing by and stay very patiently and calmly with it, waiting for the storm to pass by. That's what we should do. We should be patient, we should be calm, and we should hold on tightly with all our determination to something when we are in the middle of a challenge or an adversity. They have survived using the strategy. Now, when the challenge is over, the difference comes over there between a thriver and a survivor. A survivor would look at the storm that passed by and say, "Thank God, it's over now. The challenge is over." While a thriver will look at it and say, "Thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity to learn and to test myself, to test my potential, my ability to withstand it." A survivor will say, if suppose say it was an accident, a challenge came as an accident, and someone got bruises, someone lost their arm, they would say, "Why me?" That's a survivor attitude. While a thriver will look at, "What next? There must be some reason that this happened to me. Maybe I don't know why it is happening now, but in future I may discover it. Let's look at what next." That's the thriver's attitude. And the point I'm trying to make here is that challenges will keep coming and going. What will differentiate you from other? If you wish to be a thriver, what will you differentiate yourself from being a survivor is that how your attitude, your mindset is towards that challenge. What you are making out of that challenge is what is going to define how you grow. Both survivor and thriver will survive the challenge. But the real magic is something that happens after your challenge has passed by, and that what you made of it to grow yourself in your life. That's the thriver's attitude. And that is why it is important to outperform our challenges on a continuous basis. I cannot say that yes, maybe if I'm just passing or clearing this entrance exam, my everything is settled, my career is settled. I cannot just say that if I'm getting this placement, this is the end of it, I got a great job, everything is set. First of all, we need to keep expecting that yes, life is full of challenges and achievements. Like I'll keep getting achievements, I'll also keep on getting challenges. What I will ensure is that I will always look at how to outperform my challenges, because it's a continuous process. And The one who continuously keeps outperforming their challenges are the ones who are winners, are the one who are success, not the one who gives their best to only one challenge and wins over it. Because sometimes it may be a function of happening by fluke. It can be just one time shiner. It can be happening because of someone else's support, unstinted support to you. So only when we do it again and again, that means we are a real winner. So that's why it's important that we outperform our challenges and that too on a continuous basis, like a thriver. So is the difference between a thriver and a survivor clear to you or any questions around it? Great. So we know that we want to be a thriver in our life who is continuously growing and continuously winning and not just surviving a challenge. While always remember to overcome a challenge, looking at how to survive is always the first step for a thriver too. A thriver would also have to always look at how to survive this challenge. Once they know how to breathe, then they can focus on how to do the other things and make the best out of this challenge and be a thriver there. So now let's see how to unleash the thriver in you. And that is what we are here for. What I'm going to share with you now is a three-step framework that I have designed basis my own experiences of multiple challenges in the life and also observing and reflecting on the different challenges I have seen other people having around me and also the people whom we all know. Basis that, what I have discovered is that there are these three things, WMA, that really matter and help in unleashing the thriver in you who is continuously outperforming their challenges. The first one is willingness. W stands for willingness. That is having the want to win. I may have the skills, but do I really want to win? If it is not even a battle I want to be into, how would I win? Sometimes we create artificial challenges for ourselves. That is something which we have borrowed either from our friends or our parents. Sometimes we are getting into the battles or we are getting into the challenges which maybe our parents have put us into because they want it. Or sometimes we are seeing our friends doing it. It is the norm of the day. That is why I am also doing it, right? But the question is that do I really want to win in this particular challenge? Is this really a battle that I also want to fight? That is more important to know. So, winners and thrivers would always ask themselves, first of all, when they're about to enter in a challenge which is coming announced or you are yourself getting into, that do I want to get into it or not? That's the first thing. And over there also, when we are in a challenge, sometimes challenges will come unannounced to us. It can be multiple challenges in the life, like maybe meeting an accident, losing a near or dear one, or having a really bad financial time in my family. There can be multiple type of challenges that we might be going through. First of all, to create the willingness that I want to win over a challenge, we first need to identify that what is the challenge. We need to first accept and identify that there is a challenge. Imagine you are sitting with an elephant in the room and you're not even accepting, you're not even looking, you're ignoring that elephant which is sitting in your room. How would you deal with, how would you create a strategy to really push that elephant out of your room? We first need to acknowledge that it's present. We cannot ignore. Because once we accept, once we acknowledge, then only our mind can think about that what all do I have? What are my strengths? What are probably my development areas in order to deal with this elephant? Where all I may require the support from others. I would be able to think in a focused direction when my goal is clear that this is the challenge that I need to fight. The first step is acceptance rather than ignorance. Because the moment we accept our challenge, it does not remain a challenge. It becomes an opportunity. We start looking at how we can overcome this challenge. That's the first point. Second one, defining an anchor. Because we can thrive through deadliest of storms when we define our anchor, our why to hold tight. Why is this important? Defining what is the reason why I want to overcome this challenge, it gives me the motivation. It gives me the encouragement. It gives me the push, especially on the days when I'm feeling really low, that no, I can't do it. Or maybe I'm just not worth it. Others can do it much better than me. I just can't. On those days, especially, it is your anchor which will hold you tight. You look back at why you started. What was your why? Where do you want to go by overcoming this challenge? Even if it's a hackathon that you want to crack, what meaning does it hold in your life? What opportunities it will open up for you, that will inspire you. You may not then need to look at others for inspiration. You may become your own inspiration. Your own why can be your own inspiration to guide you and push you to do your best in that challenge. So the first step is I need to create that why I want to win. And that won't come from accepting that, yes, there is a challenge. If I am not cracking the job interviews is not a challenge. I need to really get focused into what is the challenge. Probably there is some development requirement within me that I need to look at. Probably my communication skills. Or maybe I'm not studying a lot about the companies before I'm going for the interview. So I need to first accept that what is the real challenge. Second, I need to define my anchor, that why I want to overcome this challenge, why I want to crack the interviews. That's important. Moving on. So those were some of the things that will make you know how to create that willingness. Now, those are helpful when you are in the middle of a challenge, when the challenge is right there or is about to arrive. But everything that is fought on the D day cannot guarantee results. Agree? To be prepared well to fight, to give our best on the D day, we must be investing in our development throughout. We need to keep sowing the seed. We need to keep watering the plant so that it is able to thrive. It is strong enough to withstand the storm when it is passing by. Those are, my friends, success habits. What are the success habits that you would need as a thriver, which will help you to create your willingness in the long term when really a challenge is striking? These are some of the ways which will help you build your resilience and put your brain in autopilot mode when a challenge is arriving to outperform it. Like the screen mentioned, what are the success habits? The first one is the habit of self reflection. Great learners have a journal. All great learners have a journal. Be it, if who are the people you look up to? Ask yourself. Any big business tycoon, any big sports athlete, anyone you look at, everyone has their own way of self-reflection. Some of them write, some of them just keep a notepad or the phone to just reflect, or some of them just do it as a mental activity, a mental habit. But all of them has one habit in common. They all reflect. During the day, they reflect that what is that I did well? What is that I liked during the day? I did not like during the day. What is that I could have done better about this particular thing, which really means something, which is really important for me to succeed? Why? Because if we are not doing the self reflection, we are moving on to the next day, the same person that I was yesterday. If you want to improve even 1% of what you were yesterday, you definitely need to build this habit of self reflection. It will also make you aware of what are your strengths. What did you use as a good thing in the day to day? What are your development areas? And it will help you get focused on what I should be investing my time in. And 1% development every day is what counts rather than hitting 100% on one fine day. That never happens. So, the habit of self reflection is one gift that you can give to yourself if you want to create that autopilot mode within you who is able to thrive through all challenges. Second, having a purpose driven life. The bottom line question we all must ask ourselves is, what is my purpose? What is that I want to do with my life? What is that gives me joy? What is that gives me satisfaction? And the habit of self reflection will make you be more observant about yourself during the day, during the weeks and months. It will help you go closer to your purpose as well. Or you may take help from people who are good at doing it or helping you navigate to find your life purpose. But let me tell you something, all the answers lie in the last decades of your life that you have spent with your own self. Living a purpose driven life is the answer for the which battles I really want to fight and which battles I don't want to fight. These are the challenges I really want to put myself into. It will get clear to you if you are identifying, first of all, what is your purpose. And this leads to the third step, which is having purposeful goals. It's not like having the goal because my friends are doing this, because my parents are asking me to, because this is in today's time giving the money, or maybe this is what in today's time counts. That is why I'm doing it. But rather, use your purpose as the foundation to define that what goal you should be setting for yourself. Give yourself purposeful goals, and that will keep you maximum productive, and that will help you define a strong anchor for yourself when a challenge hits your doorstep. Got it? Second one, the second step is mindset. We created the willingness. I want to win. When I'm in the middle of challenge, I have acknowledged that this is the challenge and I know why I want to win over it. That is clear now. Now, if we move to the next step, okay, I have the want, I want to win over it, but I don't have the confidence. I'm not really sure. Can I really do it? What if I fail? The good news is that we all deal with that fear. Let me share a very personal story. So, I'm a cancer thriver. I'm a stage 3 breast cancer thriver. But when cancer hit me in 2019, did I really know that I can conquer it? That I can survive, and not only survive but thrive through everything that cancer is going to throw over me? No, of course not. I have never met cancer in my life earlier or I've seen it closely. I've not done a PhD in cancer. How can I be confident? But I knew something, that confidence can be created. Confidence is an acquired skill. It does not need to be my inherent talent. I may not be born with the confidence of how to find cancer, but I can definitely acquire it on the go. So, what is the strategy that I used during my adversity? The first one was I created courageous challenges for myself. I gave myself milestones, these challenges. Okay, so there is a surgery coming. Instead of looking at, oh God, please help me pass through this surgery, what I told to myself is, dear cancer, I was not aware of your presence in my body till now, but now I am. And tomorrow is my surgical strike with you. I am going to win and you are going to watch. I converted the entire milestone, entire event into a courageous challenge so that winning over it becomes a great thing of pride for me. Something that if I win and reach the other side, I do not feel like a survivor. I feel like I have bypassed cancer, I have defeated it, and I have an upper hand. I gave myself small running challenges in between my chemotherapy because when I was able to run, that gave me confidence that if I can run, I can definitely overcome, bear the pain of chemotherapy. I was not doing it just to prove myself a point. I was doing it because it was boosting my confidence. And that is what was important for me. Every time I did something to create confidence for me, it helped me know what all I can do. Running made me know that I can still run 1 to 2 kilometers. I can still run 5 kilometers a day after my chemo. And that was a major boost to my confidence. So my question to you is that when you are in middle of a challenge, how are you converting your challenge into an opportunity? And how are you not letting your challenge you, but you are challenging your challenge? Just shift the table and see the miracles happen. Next one. When we are in the middle of a challenge and while we are giving ourselves courageous challenges, we need to keep focused on one day at a time. It's one day's confidence that we need. We do not need to have the confidence maybe to survive. Suppose say we are preparing for maybe a GMAT. We are preparing for an entrance exam. If you will look at it as an uphill, there are so many steps involved in it. How will I crack all of them? It may not help you. If a runner is running 21 kilometer but is just focusing on how will I reach there on time, they may lose it just before starting. When how will I finish is something that is bothering you in the middle of your challenge. Focus on one day at a time. Remember, we all have been told that this too shall pass. This is a good slogan of hope we have been hearing. But I invite you to think that what if we stop thinking that this too shall pass, but rather we start thinking that what if I make the most of it before it passes? How can I make that next 1 mile count? How can I make that next one chapter count that I am learning about? How can I make maybe this 1 month or 2 months of hackathon count? Instead of asking that, ask how can I make this one day of hackathon count? Give it your best fight, give it your best, and you will emerge as a learner. You will grow, and in the process, you will boost your confidence to perform the next day, next week, and in the series. This is how we build our confidence by creating courageous challenges for us when in the middle of a challenge and when the mountain, the hill is high, very high. Focus on one step at a time. That's the trick. So this was about what to do in middle of the challenge. But again, there are success habits as well because we need to build our model strong enough so that we are able to fight it out on the D-Day. How do we build that model? One habit, of course, I'm sure you must have heard about it a lot many times, practice gratitude. Those who practice gratitude have really seen the difference, and those who think that this is just one thing to talk about, people say you should do this, do that, but it doesn't work for me. I'm sure that they would not have really given it their all to try it. Because gratitude is that magic that can create you with the ultimate source of abundance, that is the universe, and bring all the goodness in your life. Gratitude helps you attract everything that you desire in your life. It's like you have heard of law of attraction. I'm sure about that. Law of attraction is like law of gravity. You accept it or not, gravity is there. Similar is the case with law of attraction. You accept it or not, attraction is there. And gratitude is something which makes you leverage the law of attraction and make it work for you. The more you feel about the goodness that is present to you, the more abundance of that kind you attract. On the days that you are not feeling good, gratitude can really pull you out of your downtime. And developing the practice of this gratitude helps you build resilience. When the challenge strikes, your mind will again automatically go into autopilot and make you look at things that even in this downtime, when thousand things are going wrong, there is one thing that is going right in my life. Let me be thankful for that. And you will notice the abundant flow, a new flow of energy and confidence will come to you that all is not bad. At least I have this. That's the power of gratitude. Second is practicing self compassion. When our confidence is down, when does our confidence get down? Our confidence gets down most of the time when we become our own critic. Oh God, you can't even do this. You can't even win this competition. You can't even get that job. It's not the other people telling us that. Many a times it's our own voices running in our head. But if a friend is not able to crack an interview, is not able to crack an exam or something like that, what do we say to them? We calmly just go and put our hand on their shoulder and say, it's okay, you can do it well next time. But when it comes to our own self, it's so difficult for us to say that. Why is so? It's all because we choose to be our critic 99% of the days and our friend hardly on any of the day. So what if we shift the table and start being our friend and not a critic? What if we start practicing the compassion that we practice for others, for ourselves too? Because no one is perfect. Everyone has the right to not do well as well, right? Like your friends have, you also have it. Practice self compassion, but do not let your self belief shake in you just because of one letdown you had on that particular day. So, that is the power. It can help you again build your model for the D Day. And last but most important, invest in your holistic well being. Again, let me share here with you. When cancer struck me, people were shocked and they looked at me and said that how can you get it? You were so fit. You were so strong. How can you get it? Even I was shocked. But as time passed, as I went through my surgery, as I went through my chemotherapies, my radiation, and 1 year of treatment, I realized that I was able to withstand everything. And not only withstand, I was not just able to survive, I was able to thrive. I was able to inspire people during my journey because of the thing that I was doing. I was able to do all that because before cancer hit me, all these decades I had invested in my well being. And that all was coming to use in this particular challenge. And by the way, this is not the only challenge. There had been multiple challenges where I have particularly seen that my resilience was high, my ability to bounce back was high because I was investing in my holistic well being. And like the slide says, physical well being, we all know, yes, of course, exercise. It is really important for your health, for every cell of your body to stand up with you when you are shaken by a sudden shock that your professional or your personal life is throwing at you. To remain unperturbed, you need to make every cell of your body strong physically and mentally. Because remember, challenge is something that tests our physical and mental ability. So we need to make ourselves strong in all ways. Physical, you require exercise, sleep, good nutrition, and of course, recreation too. Not binge watching, but yes, of course, recreation. Go out, mingle with people, watch series, the thing that you like, but everything in control, in a balanced manner. Then our mental well-being. It is important for us to mind our thoughts as well. It is important for us when the negative thoughts hit us, we tell them, shoo, go away. I don't need you. You're not good for me. How will that come to us? By being mindful. By slowly just doing 30 seconds of mindfulness practice. There are many on YouTube you can find over there. Just click 2 minute meditation and you will find, or just click 30-second meditation. Just if you do not have time, even have spending this much time for your good well-being every day is really going to increase your self-awareness about yourself. It will make you stronger in self-reflection and it will help you get more aware slowly about your purpose, what you really like and what you should be doing. Have a focused and productive life that will really help you. So investing in your mental well-being and along with that mindfulness Visualization, spending more time on not what can go wrong, but visualizing, imagining, daydreaming about what can go right. Create positivity for yourself. Give yourself inspiration and hope. Again, you need not look outside, it's all within you. So bring that mental model, leverage that such that every day of your life you are a thriver and not only between a challenge or out of it. Emotional. Of course, when the challenge hits us, we all get anxious. It is a natural phenomena. Even a thriver will not feel like that they don't have downtime. They do have downtime, but they are also strong on knowing how to overcome those downtime. How do they do that? By practicing vulnerability, by talking it out, by first of all knowing what they are feeling and sharing it with others without judging themselves that what will others think about them. Most of the time, it's not the others, it's we ourselves who are judging ourselves. So, yes, for our emotional well being, develop this practice of sharing it out with people around you such that you feel stronger from inside and develop have a good healthy relationship with your friends and family. Spend time with them. And the last but not the least, spiritual. Spend time finding and doing what defines you. Because the things that are what we enjoy doing, things that we are strong in, bring us more success, bring us more joy. When we follow our heart, we succeed. When we do something just for the sake of doing, we will not succeed. In the long run, we will not. So find what is your why, find what is your purpose, and live up to that. So these are the success habits of Thriver to develop their confidence in the long run. Last step, action. I have the want, I have the confidence, but it is all a waste until and unless I'm really taking action, until and unless I'm doing something to overcome my challenge. They will all remain thoughts. So it is important that I create proof of concepts for myself that yes, I am winning every day. Persist when the days are good, when the days are not so good. Ensure that you are persisting. Focus on just doing the reps, the repetition. Like in the gym, we do the sets. We do 3 sets, no matter what. Even if we feel like doing 1 set, we still do 3 sets because our coach tells us to do. Because that is what is required if I want the health that I want for myself. Similar is the case with any other activity. Sometimes, even when you don't like mundane activities, spend time with them. You don't like this chapter, but still you spend time with it because it is your path to success. Focus on your reps. In that process, you are not only building the knowledge, you are also building your mental model to persist with the things that are important to do until and unless it becomes your habit. Second, celebrate. Be your own cheerleader. Have you seen that in a match, after taking, in a cricket match, for example, after taking 1 wicket, how do all players come together and celebrate that one win? They're not waiting for the entire match to get over. For them to be declared a winner, they are rejoicing that one small win. Same happens in a match of football. Every time a goal is hit, the team celebrates. They remember to celebrate. Why? Because these are small challenges. They are focusing on one thing at a time. It is boosting their confidence. And every time they are celebrating, they are creating that team harmony and team energy and enthusiasm to keep going and persist till you reach the finish line. Small celebrations in the way keep you energized to reach your finish line. That is why every time you do something great, please celebrate. That is another way of taking action during your challenge. Now, what are the success habits of the thrivers to instill that habit of taking action when a challenge really arrives? First of all, make yourself get comfortable with rigor. Again, persist not only in challenges, but create something challenging for yourself time to time. and make yourself put yourself in those mundane activities. Get comfortable with the rigor just because you have to do it, such that when a challenge arrives, you are able to persist and not backing off. Make it a habit to celebrate small wins, even in the life. For today, for example, at the end of the day, celebrate. And you need not really have a pastry or just jump around and everything to celebrate. You can just sit quietly and thank yourself for having this in your life. Or maybe yes, just go and give someone a hug in your family if you like something about them on that day. Third, last but not the least, help others win. Because when we are helping others win, we are able to create more helping hand for ourselves to win as well. The more goodness we give out, more goodness comes back to us. The seeds you sow now will give you benefit when you really need them. Help others win, and that will help you feel good about your own self as well, and really persist in your challenge. And others would also be there to boost your confidence, to push you when you are in your challenging times. So, with these three things on the table, willingness, mindset, action, this is the framework, holistic framework, which can help you outperform your challenges. Creating I want to win, I can win, and I am winning. But there is one thing which is common throughout willingness, mindset, and action. What's that? That's self leadership. Nothing is happening, nothing is getting served to us on a platter. Even if it is about wanting to win, I need to create that willingness. I need to take steps. Even if it is about creating the confidence, I have to do something about it. And to have the actions done, to keep running till I hit the finish line, I really need to run. I need to ensure I am displaying self leadership and not waiting for miracles to happen from outside, for someone to come from outside and make things better for me. So that's the real point. The winners, the thrivers, the leaders, they don't wait for miracles to happen. They create their own miracles. And that is how they outperform their challenges and succeed. So, this is all from my side. And thank you so much for staying with me. And all yours. The stage is all yours. And I'm open to hear from you. What do you have on your mind?
Thank you for this very interesting and informative session, Srishta. Let's open the floor for questions. If you participants, if you have any questions, please feel to ask by writing in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself. Go ahead, guys. I'm pretty sure you must be having few questions.
Any questions, any thoughts, anything that's stayed with you from what I shared, and that you would want to remind yourself going forward to. Thank you, Aditi. Thank you, Tejinder.
Aditi, maybe you can unmute yourself and then share your thoughts.
Thank you, Devansh. Am I audible?
Yes, Aditi.
Yes. The session was really great. Thank you, Srishta.
Your voice is a little faint.
Uh, just a second. I'll come back.
In the meanwhile, anyone else who wants to share his or her thoughts? Tejinder, would you like to unmute yourself and
Tejinder's mic is not working, I see. So, anyone else, any thoughts, any feedback, anything you want to share with your friends, with me, or any questions you have?
So, Shrishta, it's Aditi here. I just
Hi,
have a
Aditi.
quick question. What would be your advice or some suggestions when we are, caught in the middle of a negative thinking or an overthinking loop and somehow not able to get out of it? Like how to break that thought?
Hmm. So, Aditi, very practical question. And let me share a very practical answer to it. There are two things that we need to do. One is like in the entire presentation, I was sharing that there are certain things we need to do when we are in the middle of a downtime. And there are certain things that we have to do, put it into habit, which will help us when we are actually in the downtime, right? So first of all, let's look at what are those habits that we should build for overcoming this negative cycling process. The habit we need to develop is to be aware of our thoughts on a daily basis and develop a habit of self reflection. Maybe by the end of the day, think of where all did I feel negative. You may not remember the incident, but you may remember the feeling in your body when during the day you did not feel good. Maybe write about it or just think about it, that what was that incident, what stayed with me, what was making me feel negative about it.
Right.
This, why is this important? Because this is making your brain, you are building a neural pathway at that particular time, that whenever I am getting into a negative loop, this memory is going to remind me that okay, again I'm getting that feeling, I am in a negative place. Because then when you are really in a negative place, you will remember that yes, I am feeling negative. And when you know you are feeling negative, that is where the real action is. Apart from the habit we build of reflection,
True.
you say to yourself, okay, this negative thought has strike me. I know you are here. Please shoo away. Go away and immediately replace it with a positive thought. Just put that rep in, put that persistence in. Even if it does not make sense for you, just replace it with a positive statement and believe in it. It will happen. It will start working for you. This is how you are attracting positivity in your life, and our negativities are, I'm talking from a coach's space now, our negativities are our saboteurs, and we all have those two voices, two monkeys always in our head, a negative voice and a positive voice. It depends on us which one we hear, and we generally hear to the negative voice. Our job in our negative time downtime is to make it shoo, silence it, and replace it with the positive voice. Hear it more often. Slowly with practice, you will see that your positive voice is increasing and increasing, and negative thoughts have really decreased.
Right. Thank you, Shrishta. That's a great thought.
Anyone else who wants to share his or her thoughts?
Priyanshu is asking what to do if things are not going well but are still optimist. I did not understand your question, Priyanshu. Would you want to talk about it? Priyanshu?
Hello, ma'am. My name is
Hi.
Priyanshu. I'm just asking if you try to do so hard work and a lot of things, but things are not going well still, and you are too positive and optimist about what you are doing, but still things are not working out. So, what to do with that situation?
Two things to be done here. One is to never lose on the positivity. Be optimistic. If you know, if the hard work that you are doing, if it is driven by your purpose, and you know that yes, this is where this is what will take you to success, persist. That is the most important thing. Even if you are seeing negative things happening, remember Edison also failed 1,000 times before he really invented the bulb, but he could not have invented it in the first or 10th time, because all the things that he went through taught him what not to do, what can create an error. And to create a bulb successfully, I need to have these eliminated. So even if things are not going, consider them as something which is really building your muscle strong for future. Why? Because then you are learning that this does not help me. When this kind of situation arrives, I behave this way. When this kind of situation arrives, it does not help me in growing. So I should be in some other situation. For example, if I'm thinking negative, that maybe I'm sitting for a placement opportunities and I'm being positive, I will definitely get a very good job. But I'm just not able to crack it. 4 5 interviews or 6 7 interviews happen, I'm not able to do it. But you have to persist on keep giving the interview with positive attitude. You have to reflect after every interview that what did I do well, what I could have done better, and use that model to improve yourself for the next interview. Otherwise, like I said, you will go take your same self in the next step next day as well. That is the strategy of losing it. We need the strategy of winner, which is to keep on increasing our model every day. So be optimistic. Do not let your confidence shake and persist. Remember, everything is a lesson. There is nothing called failure. Hope that helps. Let me know.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Tejinder is asking, do you think that due to this online mode, humans have become some characters for other humans? Like so many insecurities, trust issues, like a multi-dimensional human is trapped in a 2D screen of 1.5. Okay, so Tejinder, help me know what do you refer by characters? It will help me talk about it better.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Tejin. Uh,
Good
Ma'am, I am
afternoon.
saying this due to this online mode, we
Hmm.
cannot say that communication has stopped, but communications is changed in some way. Trust issues with humans, like I don't have a clear perception of what who is Priyanshu, but I
Hmm.
have a memory that Priyanshu did this with me. I don't know Priyanshu completely, but that character in my memory who did something wrong due to this mode, and due to online mode we cannot sit together and talk and discuss what my perceptions are. I have not shared with him, but they are like still in my mind. Maybe I am thinking something which Priyanshu is not, like
Hmm.
I don't understand what I am saying, but I am confusing.
Let me just share back with you what I am hearing about. So basically, your question is that in the online medium, there are communication gaps which are getting created, and hence they are creating a barrier between one person understanding the other person actions, and false judgments are happening, and false perceptions are getting formed.
Yes, ma'am.
And how can we? So, what is the question now?
Ma'am, how can we like deal with these things?
How can I deal with changing the perception to show my true self to the other person? Is that what you are saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. So, see, Tejender, I already know what is the reason. Like you already said, you know what is the reason. It is the online medium of communication which is creating a gap. Somewhere, if I was in person, what would I have done? I would have just gone to the person, spoken with him, maybe by my body language or the way I'm expressing my communication, they would know that yes, this is what Tejender meant. And I see him working on this particular thing. So there is a false judgment not coming in. But in online medium, they don't know. When we know that there are certain things we need to work with. See, this is if you consider it as a challenge, it will be a challenge that yes, we are in an online medium, it's a challenge. If we consider it as an opportunity, it will become an opportunity. an opportunity to really just ping Priyanshu and ask him, hey, can we have a chat? Of course, sometimes we feel that how can I ask that? But this is what we need to learn in this opportunity. What online is teaching us to make ourselves more approachable for people, to make ourselves more open in communication because everything is not visible to the other person. That is why, if we treat this online platform as an opportunity to develop my communication skills more, to make myself, to learn how to be more vulnerable so that people can freely connect to me. This is how we can use this opportunity. And when I learn to use that, I will see the shift in the table happening. People will start connecting more with me. Even in the, no one is stopping us from just having a call, a G Meet, a Zoom, or just picking up a WhatsApp video call or normal call to just call the person and clear out things. Share, be vulnerable and share that what's going on in your mind, even if you are unsure that this is going on in their mind. At least it will help your well-being, because then you will not be thinking again and again about it, making yourself anxious and losing your productive time. And if it was the same thing running in the other person's head, it will really help things better between you two. We need to accept sometimes the challenges are permanent as well. We need to learn how to adapt to them rather than waiting for things to go back to what they were earlier. What if this is the norm? If a hybrid model or an online model is the norm, I need to learn how to still be functional along with it while creating success for myself. So, any thought, Tejendra? Is this making things better,
Yes,
clarified for
ma'am.
you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Guys,
Okay.
any further questions?
So I see there are no more questions coming.
Yeah, so I think we can wrap the session then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our session. On the behalf of HackBMU 5.0 organizing team, I thank Srishta for making time in her busy schedule to join us here. We would like to express our gratitude towards all our sponsors who are making all this possible. HackBMU 5.0, powered by Dare to Compete, is brought to you by BML Munjal University. Our coding contest partner is CodeChef. Our partners, Balshamik, Axure, Wolfram, Eco3D, .xyz domains, leading learners, Taskade, OnePassword, TestMate, hiring partners, Mentro, FN, Due Assassins, Interns Info. Our streaming partner is StreamYard. Thank you everyone. We appreciate you being here. Don't forget to fill the feedback form for the session you receive to receive your certificate. The link for the same is in the chat box. Once again, we thank you, Srishta, for joining us today.
Thank you everyone, and thanks to the team for inviting and giving me this opportunity to share my views with people here. And let's stay connected on LinkedIn. I'm very much active on LinkedIn and looking forward to be connected with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Srishta.